there is a great disturbance in the Force. One of your inquisitors has received racist messages on Instagram.
I have no idea what it means.
Neither do I, but she has the receipts, although they do look a bit suspicious.
There's a thing called racial consciousness that we should be very proud of and very active in.
If you say so, Lord Vader.
But we must avoid racial conceit.
Yes.
We envy white people. Not their color, but their advantage.
You keep saying we. Who are you referring to, Lord Vader?
African Americans.
I didn't know you were black.
You know, I'm a man of color, but...
Good God. Well, this just got rather awkward.
Obviously, I want to start out this video by reminding my those that would take my videos in bad faith, not my beautiful regular viewers, but those that think for some reason if I'm asking for context that I'm offended by the things that are said by these Star Wars clones. But yes, having a problem with somebody based on the color of their skin is dumb. It is the lowest IQ, biggest waste of energy anyone can have. Okay, I don't support it. I don't agree with it. I think it's dumb, and these people are dumb, and then I hope that they grow up and get enlightened. I don't live in a super diverse area, but even I know that these type of things can be real and are real. My issue is when they're blown way out of proportion to push an agenda, which is what I believe is happening with the Star Wars film. Of course, saying that gets your mentions filled with bots calling you all sorts of terrible things. But if you watched the news yesterday, there was probably 50 different articles that all had the exact same type of headline. Here's the Hollywood Reporter. Obi-Wan Kenobi star. Star Wars defends Obi-Wan Kenobi star from vile online attacks. Here's Mia. She was subjected to vile racist abuse from Star Wars fans. E! Online. Star Wars released a statement against racism. Like all this stuff. Ewan McGregor slams racist Star Wars fans. Defends Moses Ingram. I don't have anything against Moses Ingram. I don't think there's anything wrong with her as a woman. I think that there's undeniable facts about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, that it was extraordinarily well viewed. I believe Disney said it was their biggest launch to date. Of course, you know, they have more viewers now than they ever had before. So each new launch, as they continue to grow as a company, will likely break the previous record. But there's also the idea that just because a bunch of people watch something, that it's also awesome. I don't know. Most people seem to give it middling reviews. I'm not here to talk about whether or not Obi-Wan Kenobi is a good show. There's certainly some cringe writing in it I've seen, but there's nothing that is relevant to the show in this narrative either. It's the same old trash that they trotted out with Kelly Marie Tran, where they said, oh my God, she had to disable her Instagram and her whatever because of all these people sending vile things to her about her skin color. Source, dude, trust me. Now, it appears these messages were sent to her on Instagram, and I really want to break it down. Sure, there may be messages that she didn't share publicly that were truly vile, and I guess I can only go off of what I've seen. But if this is the example of what launched 1,000 articles, and it's ridiculous, okay? Yes, nobody should endure any, kind of just unwanted hate, all right? But my point is that everybody gets it, all right? And there isn't anything here to indicate that, these are race-related, in my opinion. First, she shares these, and by the way, I went to her personal Instagram page. Don't, if you do, just say positive things, don't go there to be mean or call her this or that. That's not okay, all right? It doesn't bother me because I'm like an old grizzled internet guy who's kind of desensitized to it, but like, Here's Sunday. Your days are numbered. That's really weird. That's creepy. Not okay. All right. I'd agree with support and disavowing that. This one says, you're not the first N with an A in Star Wars, fool. Also appears to be a black person that sent that. Not a lot of vile racists that I know that use the radio-friendly version of the N-word, although I don't really know any actual racists in real life, I don't think. But then you see, you suck, loser. You're a diversity hire, and you won't be loved or remembered for this acting role. Okay. Again, not okay, but, I mean, this is just like 14-year-olds. This one is weird. Diversity hire, human shield. Operation Get Behind the Darkies is real. This is not a good... not a good thumbnail. It looks like a YouTube thumbnail. I'm assuming that there's more to this. I don't think there's anything like directly racist about this, other than maybe they're saying we're using a diversity hire to shield ourselves from criticism, is perhaps what they're saying. I don't really know. I haven't seen the video. I don't know whose video that is. And this is the last piece. So all in all, it was 3 messages and 1 YouTube thumbnail with perhaps clumsy wording on the title. This one says, "Ayo, Kenobi, you ain't finna run forever, white boy. Get back here. Third sister, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You have now been converted into the St. George of Floydium of Star Wars. Are you happy? How the F does an alien know eubonics?" If you look at these messages, first of all, this is written by a child. This one is written by a child. This one is written by not a white person. So I don't know. I'm told that they can't be racist. Your days are numbered. That's creepy and cringe and wrong and bad. Okay, so like, but again, you're talking about somebody massively, and then again, to be clear, none of these are okay, but I'm just putting it in perspective that if I went to my Instagram right now, okay, and I pulled up my message requests, okay, here's one from 10 hours ago. You have no discernible talent, Lamau. Okay. By the way, it's the Quartering YT on YouTube. I mean, like, there's just, like, okay, there's people that send stuff, you know, all the time that I don't know, or anybody can just send a message. I don't know how to turn that off. I'm sure I can somewhere, but I don't really care. I use my, I don't even know what I want to use my Instagram for, but I'm posting pictures of my dogs. I post videos there, stuff like that occasionally. But like, you know, I don't, is this it? Is this it? This is what we're having a complete meltdown over? It's not that big of a deal. You have Ewan McGregor out here clowning himself, acting like this woman, like people, like where, like, did people send her pictures of like burning crosses and say, get out of, you know, like, where is this? And to be honest with you, I don't even think you could really call any of these, I mean, you'd have to really stretch to call any of these racist. This one definitely, the first one definitely isn't. Calling someone a diversity hire, yeah, you could probably argue that that's fringe. You know, like, that's saying that you're only hired for this color of your skin. But I mean, we know that Disney does this. This is something that they openly say they do. I mean, it is kind of it is a mean thing to say, okay? This one, not racist. Poorly worded, but, you know, whatever. This one, again, written like a 12-year-old. You know, how many of these are English-speaking first language people even? And you're talking about 4 random... How many thousands of messages did she have to go through to find these 4? Again, wrong, dumb, childish. But are we really going to launch 1 million articles? And the problem is these messages, which we don't even know who sent them, we don't have accounts, We don't, I mean, for all we know, Disney could have sent them as a part of the messaging, as part of a marketing campaign. I don't know, again, how many, when they were sent. There's no date on them. There's no account link to them. And they're not really anything to get worked up about. I mean, I get stuff like this all the time. But they turned it into this marketing campaign, which was really dumb because, like, the show is otherwise, I would argue, at least according to Disney, a huge success. But all people are talking about now is this. You know, she writes, and again, I don't know this woman. I don't have anything against her. And I don't think anyone should be sending her hate just for accepting a role. She shared accompanying with these screenshots, she shared a video message. She began, long story short, there are hundreds of those. Hundreds. I also see those of you out here who put a cape on for me. And that really does mean the world to me because there's nothing anyone can do about this. There's nothing anyone can do to stop the hate, she reiterated. So I question what my purpose is even being here in front of you saying this is happening. I don't really know. I don't really know. Well, you're making the video for clout. That's why you're doing it. That doesn't mean that these people are, justified in the things that they said. If there were literally hundreds, okay? If there were hundreds of these, this is the best you could come up with? A you suck loser? I get those, and I'm not in Star Wars. So how do you know that these are even Star Wars fans? These could just be trolls. They could be bots. They could be, you don't really know. Again, at the end of the day, these messages obviously aren't okay. Everyone gets them. That doesn't make them okay. But I just worry about, now this is going to be used to smear Star Wars fans. And like the media presents as like, oh, Star Wars fans have a huge racism problem. Like, really? You have 4 messages, 3 or 4 of which are like not even what I would call anything, not even intelligible. Okay. I wish her all the best. And the idea that these comments seem like bots to me is suspect. It's laughable. You see a lot of comments saying, so a handful of anonymous accounts that could easily be faked. Well, I'm convinced. And honestly, these don't really sound like, except for this one. Again, if there are hundreds of them, I really wish you would share the account because we could stand together and disavow them. But all this really does is sow more division in the fandom. You probably, again, I think we should just live by the, maybe just blocking people and be better to each other. The press would have any chance they get to disparage the fans. But I guess congratulations on your huge success for Obi-Wan Kenobi. I hope the people that are watching it are enjoying it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.